Hello adventurers! Obey your okra oaths, it's time for Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go! Today I'm going to be using these black and green swirly dice that I acquired at some point. Hopefully they treat us well. Let's kick it off with our roll for bread. 3. Wheat. After the past few sandwiches of fancy enriched breads, today we're back down to simple wheat bread. That's okay, sometimes simple is all you need. We're going to go ahead and toss our wheat bread in the toaster using our toast bread cantrip and get it a little warm and crispy. And there we go, hopefully that'll give us a little defense against the bread getting soggy. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 9. Pickled bologna. Pickled bologna for the second time this week. Not that I mind. This regional delicacy combines the richness and fat of bologna with the tang and acid of pickles. It's like a Maine that comes already infused with its own condiment. It worked out well for us on Wednesday. Let's hope we can do it again. Let's roll for our cheese. 1. Cheese powder. Okay, not the ideal form factor for a sandwich, but worse things have happened on this show. This cheese powder is typically used in soups or sprinkled on popcorn, mixed into potatoes, but not typically sprinkled over a dry sandwich. But you know, it's still going to taste like cheese, and in my book, that's still a win. Let's roll up some roughage. 2 kiwi berries and 7 microgreens. Kiwi berries, also known as hardy kiwi, is a fruit in the same genus as the typical green kiwi with fuzzy brown skin you find in the supermarket. Kiwi berries are smaller and lack the fuzzy outside. The skin is very thin, so they're usually eaten whole, but I'm going to cut them in half here to keep them from rolling off the sandwich. They taste kind of like you crossed a kiwi with a grape. And for the second time this week, we've got our microgreens. Kale, cabbage, kohlrabi, and broccoli all harvested during the germination phase of growth. They've got a nice earthy and fresh flavor and provide some nice texture as well as a net to help keep our sauce on our sandwich. Alright, let's get wild with the wild magic roll. 3. 4 pepper blend. This 4 pepper blend from Flatiron Pepper Company features dried chili de árbol, jalapeno, ghost, and habanero peppers. It definitely adds a mean kick of spice to anything you add it to, but it's not as bad as some of the sauces I've had on the show, since some of the peppers in it aren't too incredibly hot. And last but not least, it's the D20 Sauce roll. Here we go. 19. Kewpie mayo. Well, I wished for Kewpie on Wednesday, and now it's finally here. You know what they say, a mayo is never late, nor is it early. It arrives precisely when it means to. And I will welcome it to just about any sandwich. This one, it'll help us cool off that spice. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross-section. Doesn't look too bad. This sandwich seems a little bit like the weird cousin of Wednesday's sandwich. Our rolls were not quite as good though. Let's see how it all came together and let's give it a taste. You know, surprisingly it's not too bad. There is heat from the pepper blend, but most of the time it's bearable. The kiwi berry kind of ended up just tasting and feeling like tomato. Like if you told me there were little heirloom tomatoes on this sandwich, I'd believe you. And even when you do get hit with a particularly spicy bite, the Kewpie mayo and the richness and acid of the bologna does a lot to tamp it down. The cheese powder just kind of adds some savoriness and a little cheesiness without affecting the texture of the sandwich the way sliced cheese would. This is another one of those super random combinations that actually didn't end up tasting too bad. I even appreciate the hot peppers for making it a little more interesting. I think all things considered, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 7.2 today, and I'm going to call it Once More with Burning. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next time on Roll for Sandwich.